Hello and welcome. This is Priyanka Dasanayaka, speaker, trainer, executive coach and a change management consultant from Dasa organization. We're conducting a one-day workshop on the topic of change management and thought of sharing few details with you that might be of interest to you. I'm sure you belong to whoever who's watching this video right now. You might be belonging to different industries, but one thing that's common surely that's happening in your organizations is that you're executing quite a bit of projects, various types of projects, be it IT projects that you're executing, be it various other forms of projects, be it business process reengineering sort of serious thing to a smaller team change that you're trying to execute. Either which way, one of the common things that a common thread that we're seeing all together is with all this the requirement of having organized change. A lot of the times we execute projects, but we really don't pay enough emphasis to the human element of change. We spend enough money in terms of sponsorships to get these projects going, but a lot of the times we spend very little effort in terms of planned organized change. So the whole idea of this one-day workshop is to introduce your organizations or some of the key personnel within your organization to the concept of organized change management. Now, during this program, what we're going to look at is we're going to look at three different models. First, in the primary model we're looking at is the Kotter's 8-step model to change management. Now, why is it important? Because a lot of the times change management is done quite ad hoc. A lot of the organizations believe because the chief executive or the chairman or a very senior person within the organization is sponsoring the particular project that everybody will subscribe to it, which is never the case. There are always grievances. There are people who are always having issues in terms of accepting some of the change that's coming as part of whatever the projects that execute. So it's very important from a very infancy stage, and ideally prior to commissioning the project, that we plan for change, and there are stakeholders who look at various activities, and there are stakeholders who look at different elements of this whole change management program. But more importantly, it's very critical that we have a designated change manager for every project that you execute. Now remember, this need not be a permanent role. This is a role that somebody assumes as part of their day-to-day work, on top of their day-to-day work, as a designated change manager for that program. Now the job of that person essentially is to really conceptualize, create a vision for the particular project, and more importantly, the real crux of change management is the overemphasis you need to have on the topic of communication. Now when we say communication, a lot of the companies tend to do type of town hall meetings to announce using a very senior executive to the people that a project is happening, and these are the kind of changes we're envisioning. But a lot of the times that communication stops there or thereabouts. If you really look at the trickle-down effect for the rest of the organizations, it doesn't happen much. That is a big issue in terms of managing change. A lot of the others believe, okay, you get certain exponents, banners, posters going in terms of the project, and you believe that will create enough hype, enough knowledge among multiple stakeholders within the organization to the kind of project and the change it's going to bring about. That again is furthest from the truth. Now the whole communication piece in change management is very critical, and there are a multitude of things one needs to do as part of successfully communicating to people the kind of change it's going to bring about. It's not just about that. We all need to plan for different types of grievances, different types of resistance that might come through. So that again is something that needs to be thought through. On top of that, a lot of the companies fail short of planning, reward and recognition, because any project that you're going to spend money that involves people, remember, needs sustenance and continuity. If you don't plan for the sustenance of people beyond the lifetime of the project, a lot of the times when the project really starts going live, whatever that might be, there's a good chance these people might get, poached by various other organizations, because now to a great extent they're skilled in what you do. So it's very important how we plan for the reward and recognition part of it, because that's a critical piece in this whole change management process. So last of all, it's really about the sustenance of it, the continuity of it. Again, one needs to have plans for it. So we're going to look at this 8-step Kotters model of change management as part of this program. Then on top of that, what we were also going to do is we're also going to explore how to use McKinsey 7S framework. I'm sure in management parlance you have gone through McKinsey 7S framework for various evaluation purposes, but especially in a change management context, we're going to look at all these 7 elements, and essentially what's the focus will be to look at the as-is situation of the organization, which is the current situation, and the kind of blueprint stage we're going to look at the to-be situation. So the understanding around that. Now, the third element we're going to discuss as part of this program is Kubler-Ross model. Now, that's a grievance handling process, and any project that you can execute, there'll be stakeholders that's going to get impacted, and in their own opinion, they'll have grievances around it. So it's very important the stakeholders understand standard grievance model like Kubler-Ross, and that's why we're going to walk you through that. So we believe within a day we are able to create significant value to you in terms of making you understand how to approach organized change. By no means we're going to say that you'll beat and you know it all at the end of this session. No, not at all. But we're quite confident that those of the participants who's going to go through this program will walk out with a better understanding of how to approach change management, and little by little back in the organizations they'll be able to create a conversation and get into doing organized change, and thereby getting better ROI on significant money that you spend on whatever the type of project you decide to invest on. So looking forward to seeing you all. You can call us on the numbers given below in this email, and looking forward to hosting you and creating some value on the next change management workshop. Thank you.